Stay still. Let the noise pass you by. There's a reason this found you, and it's not entertainment. You feel it already, don't you? That quiet tension in your chest when the world laughs a little too hard, when success looks staged, when the punchlines feel rehearsed. You've noticed something others haven't. The joke isn't funny anymore because it's predictable. Picture this: half-lit faces in a room full of smiles, shadows stretching longer than the promises they make. A slow zoom, smoke hanging in the air, everyone laughing at the same time. That's not joy, that's coordination. And you're not laughing, you're watching. Here's the hidden rule they never print. The moment you understand the joke, you're no longer the audience. They trained people to clap on cue, to repeat lines, to buy the illusion that rebellion is loud and freedom is chaotic. But real rebels don't shout. They recalibrate. They let the room reveal itself while they stay unreadable. You've been told to play along. You chose to pay attention. While others chased applause, you studied timing. While they copied punchlines, you mapped the structure. And somewhere between the laugh track and the standing ovation, you realized something dangerous. The system only survives if everyone agrees to pretend. That's when the joke flips. Strategic dark isn't rage. It's clarity under pressure. It's the discipline to hold your calm while others burn through theirs. Silence is a weapon. Calm is armor. And armor lets you stand in rooms that collapse weaker minds. They expect rebellion to look like chaos. They don't expect it to look like restraint. So you slow down. You stop explaining. You stop proving. You let patterns repeat until they expose themselves. Tension builds when you don't react. Release comes when you choose the moment. Then tension again. Because unpredictability terrifies systems built on routine. Here's the strategic insight they hope you never articulate. Power doesn't come from breaking rules loudly. It comes from making rules irrelevant. That's why they laugh first. Mockery is a defense mechanism. If they can turn rebellion into a joke, they don't have to confront what it threatens. But you see the structure now, the scripts, the incentives, the recycled outrage that goes nowhere. You see how attention is harvested, how dissent is packaged, how change is sold without delivery. And instead of fighting the stage, you step off it. The beast steps back before precision. That's the moment everything shifts. Because when you refuse to perform, the audience starts watching you instead. You don't announce your next move. You let curiosity do the work. You let silence stretch until it becomes uncomfortable. Until rooms reorganize around your presence. Dominance doesn't demand attention. It attracts alignment. Now the punchline approaches, not as destruction, but as exposure. The joke collapses under its own weight when people realize they've been laughing to belong, not because it was true. And you don't gloat. You build. You replace noise with systems. You replace outrage with outcomes. You replace spectacle with leverage. This is the peak, where transformation locks in. You're no longer reacting to the world's script. You're writing conditions it must adapt to. Silence is a weapon. Calm is armor. The beast steps back before precision. Remember that rhythm? It's not poetic. It's operational. Now take this with you as you leave. The rule: never confuse attention with power. The mindset shift: you don't need to win the room. You need to outlast the script. The principle: build so quietly and so well that resistance has nothing to grab. If you want more noise, the world has plenty. If you want leverage, stay here. Grab your popcorn if you want. But don't forget, the real joke is thinking this was just a show. Now let's go deeper, because the real damage doesn't happen on the surface. It happens when people realize the script they memorized doesn't work anymore. This is the phase where confusion spreads quietly. Not panic, not outrage, confusion. They wake up doing the same routines, saying the same lines, posting the same opinions. And for the first time, it doesn't hit the same. The laugh feels hollow. The applause feels delayed. The joke feels tired. And you're already ahead of that moment. Because while they're still trying to be seen, you've learned the art of disappearing strategically. You stop feeding the machine reactions. You stop correcting people who don't want truth. You stop trying to wake up those who benefit from sleeping. That's when your presence starts to feel heavier. Not louder, heavier. Rooms shift when you're quiet in them. Conversations change when you don't rush to fill the silence. People project their insecurities into the space you leave open. Silence is a weapon. They don't know whether you agree or disagree. They don't know your next move. They don't know what you've already seen. And that uncertainty, that's pressure. Here's something most people never understand about rebellion. The goal isn't to shock the system. The goal is to make the system doubt itself. That's why restraint is terrifying. Anyone can explode. Very few can withhold. Calm is armor. While others burn energy trying to prove they're different, you let results speak in rooms you're not even in. You let absence create curiosity. You let distance create gravity, because gravity doesn't chase. It pulls. Now watch how the joke starts eating itself. They recycle the same villains, the same distractions, the same outrage cycles meant to keep people busy and exhausted. But exhaustion kills laughter, and tired minds stop clapping. That's when the punchline turns inward. People start asking questions they were trained not to ask. They start noticing who benefits. They start realizing how often change was just theater. And they start looking for something, someone steady. That's when your discipline pays off. You didn't rush visibility. You didn't monetize desperation. You didn't sell certainty where honesty was needed. You stayed unreadable. You stayed precise. You stayed patient. The beast steps back before precision. Because precision doesn't waste movement. It doesn't announce itself. It waits until the target reveals the opening. This is where dominance becomes subtle. You don't need to control people. You influence environments. You design conditions where the old behaviors stop working. Suddenly noise gets ignored. Outrage stops converting. Flashy confidence feels desperate. And composure starts winning. People mirror stability when chaos fails them. That's the transformation point. When you stop being the rebel and become the reference. They quote you without tagging you. They copy your moves without understanding them. They sense a shift but can't locate the source. Good, because real leverage operates best when it's felt, not seen. Now listen carefully, because this is where many fall apart after they succeed. Momentum can intoxicate you. Attention can seduce you. And validation can quietly turn you into the very thing you disrupted. So you tighten the discipline. You don't overshare. You don't overexpand. You don't mistake reach for resilience. You ask better questions now. Does this scale without me burning out? Does this build trust or just traffic? Does this create dependence or independence? Because the highest form of rebellion is teaching people how to no longer need a hero. You're not here to replace one joke with another. You're here to end the routine. And yes, some will miss the show. They'll want the drama back. They'll want the villain, the outrage, the noise. Let them. Not everyone wants freedom. Some people want familiarity dressed up as change. You don't argue with that. You outgrow it. Silence is a weapon. Calm is armor. The beast steps back before precision. Burn that rhythm into your nervous system. Here's what you walk away with. Clear and usable. The rule. Never perform for a system you're trying to dismantle. The mindset shift. You don't win by being louder than the joke. You win by outlasting it. The principle. Build leverage so quietly that by the time resistance notices, the outcome is already locked in. This was never about chaos. It was about timing. It was never about anger. It was about clarity. And the punchline? It doesn't explode. It lands. Soft. Unavoidable. Final. Stay composed. Stay unreadable. And remember, when everyone's laughing on cue, the real rebel is the one who doesn't need to laugh at all.